this insane case and this insane defamation payment of 83 million US that Trump has been ordered to pay. I mean, this entire story, please look into it. Don't just read the headline, because this is banana republic territory. This is insane that there was no proof of any assault. In fact, no conviction of any type. Trump is then pursued. A law is invented so he can be pursued for defaming her, basically, for saying she's crazy, I've never met her, I've never assaulted her. And the so-called defamation, and the reason she got 83 million is that this woman who's in her 70s lost her column, I think it was with Elle magazine. Now, the magazine's come out and said, we sacked her, had nothing to do with her dealings with Trump. But they've decided this column with Elle magazine amounts to $83 million worth of reputational and damage and lost earning. I mean, the whole thing where he's being pursued on these trumped-up charges with judges who are appointed by Democrats in areas where they're voting 80% Democrats, when they know the jury pool is going to want to get him. It is so corrupt. It is completely undermining trust in the justice system.
This is the whole thing. This is this whole banana republic thing. We talked about it last year. They're trying to jail or silence the opposition leader because he's a threat to the regime. This is the sort of thing that happens in a place like Pakistan, not the United States. And, you know, you're right about the law, because what they said here, basically, because you went out there and said you're not guilty of the crime, you're now guilty of another crime. And that's essentially what they're saying. It's Orwellian, and it is just a sneak preview, guys, of what they're going to do to Trump. We've seen insane things like how they accused him of undervaluing Mar-a-Lago at it said, oh, it's only worth $25 million, but it's this 100-room club on the beach with an income stream, but it's only worth $25 million. This is the sort of nonsense and lunacy that these leftist judges, leftist prosecutors, and in a place like New York, he's not going to get a fair trial, leftist juries are all going to throw at him.
Or somewhere in DC where they voted, 96% for Hillary Clinton. So, but the Republicans have to fight fire with fire. They've got to do the same thing in areas where it's heavily Republican. I think it's the only thing that's going to stop them is if they see the same tactics used against them. Because at the moment, it's a one-way street. And it's the reason why he's going to be the candidate. Because remember, when we first started talking about who was going to be the Republican candidate, and we're talking a lot about Ron DeSantis, there was like 2 points between them. Then the indictments, these
the more they attack
persecution started, not prosecution, persecution.
Yes.
And the Republican voters said, well, wait, no, we're going to back
The more
our
they
man.
try and attack him, the more likely it is he will be the president. But the tricks they are going to pull, the shenanigans they are up to, is just disgraceful. One good thing is Trump has already said that he will decimate climate policies if he gets back in. So we should all be looking forward to that.
He needs to go scorched earth, not on climate policies, but on the swamp. That was his greatest failure. When he went in there, I think he thought he could work with the machinery and they weren't going to work against him every step of the way.